gay friends in here together.
Playing the gay card. It's been played too many times, mate.
We've seen a million times in the Big Brother house, international, all versions, gay people in the house do not get along. There's only one gay in that village. Just trace it back to Brian Dowling and what was that guy's name, you know?
Josh the bisexual.
Oh, well, even worse. And it did not a happy Big Brother housemate, mate. There's only room for one gay person in that house. Agree or disagree?
Well...
Hold on, Shari was a lesbian. That's why she got to go.
What about a Joe? The thing is, strictly speaking, if you looked at the figures, you might be right. But isn't that prejudiced?
Yeah, completely.
Exactly.
That is like completely judgmental, rude, offensive.
Then again,
I'm only joking.
Oh, my voice is going. But when they're casting Big Brother, they always want the the Noah's archetype. They want this person. They want the beefy person. They want the
Dallas
thick person.
They want the beard.
But they always want the gay, don't they?
Of course, but that is bad to only have one gay in every series, isn't it? But then, if you guys can't play nicely, I'm just joking. So then, when Mitch was talking to Raoul, do you remember he was like twiddling his hair? He was being like quite coquettish, wasn't he?
He was, but it was all for nothing.
And Raoul said, "I can see through your ugly lies." Oof. And then Tim came up and he said, "Do you want to see the salad?"
Right, now, is this a metaphor?
I don't know. What was going on?
Tossing the salad?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Isn't that rimming someone?
It's something disgusting. But
James knows about these gay things.
Yeah. No, hang on. I hear statistically more straight people toss the salad than gays, actually.
Is that... How could you... What is that, a YouGov survey, or... How did you find that out?
I saw it on the Black and Saint website, actually.
I'm sure it is true that all sexualities do that.
Well, if anyone knows about sexual infections, it's John Pardy, so...
That's true. But from rimming, though, I don't think there's no disease you can get from that.
Well...
It's just like a nasty taste in your mouth, if anything. But you get that with Big Brother anyway.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
So then, Raoul said, can we call Kelsey up? And then Kelsey's basically going, whatever. And then Mitch was like, I'd never put you guys out. Yeah, whatever. So then there was the veto.
Right.
So the veto again was like 3 separate things. I'm confused with these 3 things.
Do they choose, or is it random?
I don't know. There's like a roulette wheel.
I think they all played, but they bet on each other.
Yeah, they picked each other. But I didn't understand the points thing of betting. It was too... I'm drunk. It was too confusing.
No, if you can't understand it and I can't understand it, then it's too complicated.
The average viewer is fucked. So there was the roulette wheel, the card toss. What was the other thing? Bingo. Oh, the ball.
Yeah,
throwing the
it's
balls.
like Connect 4.
So loads of people were throwing it. And then
you throwing the balls or throwing the competition?
And what do you think of Nikki's hosting skills? Better or worse than Tim?
Definitely worse.
Yeah.
But there were nice flourishes to it.
She was like speaking in a really funny stilted... I know she speaks in a stilted way, but it's even more... It was odd. Anyway, Jared and Ramsey teamed up and they were saying they want to backdoor the brothers, although they did fuck all about it. Although, I'm not sure if... I don't want to see the brothers go either, particularly. And Jared was saying, if I want to backdoor the brothers, I need to run it by my mum, i.e. Kelsey. And she was like, nah, mate, because I feel feeling my arse, innit?
Oh, grab an arse. But is it Phil or Nick that's grabbing the arse?
Quite nice.
Probably both.
Probably both. So then, Raoul was wearing a poncho.
What, the gold one?
No, a different one. Oh. And then Nikki had like dice earrings or something, did she?
Yeah, and she had a visor on.
Yeah.
And black lipstick.
Do you need some like steam or Vicks inhaler or something?
Not really on air. I'll just struggle through.
On air. So then, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
So loads of people were throwing it, weren't they? Oh, Jared actually showed his strategic thing because he...
Well, we think he did.
He won the first card toss thing and then he knew everyone was going to bet on him to win the second one, so then he just completely threw it. That was quite clever.
Yeah, but was it because you win a point when you bet on the right person, right? So where he threw it, everyone lost points or something?
Yeah, I think that completely was it.
Something like that.
No idea. I enjoyed the way Nikki kept calling Rail throughout the entire call.
But do you notice that Rail doesn't get annoyed by it?
Has he just given up?
I reckon after week 1 he would just like...
Do you think if Nikki went and they had to evict Rail and she went to Arissa, I evict Rail, Arissa would go, do you mean Rail like Julie Chen would because she doesn't know who the individual housemates are?
Could be. Could happen.
So then, I don't know what's going on with this competition.
Right. Well, hang on. It's the veto. And who won it?
I've written, I don't understand this competition.
No, because there were too many things. I didn't understand the points. And that was it.
Raoul threw it as well. Who won it? Oh, Jared won it in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And then, Raoul was saying, let's put Cassandra up. That never happened. And Jared was going, you and Mitch can make friends again. Why did Jared and Kelsey suddenly want to backdoor the brothers and not get Mitch out? It's like, you were all so anti... It was just flim-flam, wasn't it?
Well, I couldn't make any sense of it.
Me either. And then...
So they were going to... First of all, they're going to backdoor the Pax brothers. Then, well, not Cassandra, but that was Raoul's idea.
Yeah.
And then
nothing. It was just a bunch of bullshit. Tim said, let's declutter the idiots in this house.
Now, how long have you got?
And then Phil said to Tim and Cassandra, have you guys made out yet? And Tim said, no, we're cousins.
That is legal, right?
In England it is. I don't know about Canada.
Come on.
I know it's not Canada, I'm joking.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and then Phil actually believed that they were cousins. And then he went, oh no, I didn't think you were cousins. And then Big Brother actually clued in on this whole thing and called Phil to the diary room, and they were like, they are actually cousins. And Phil was like, oh my god, he looks so shocked. And then Tim was like, no, we fooled you again. And Phil was like, oh yeah, I know. I like the fact that Phil is so gullible, don't you?
I think he's the sort of person, if you took him to Area 52, his mind would just go.
I agree. Oh yeah, Tim said, if we make it halfway through the quadruple eviction, then we survive and the others get evicted.
So if you're not related, you get evicted, that's it.
And then Tim said to Phil, just stick to being a DJ. Burn. Phil said, I didn't believe it for 1 second. Okay, Phil. Right. Whatever.
That's why he was crying when he heard it.
So then Jared and Kelsey were slagging off Rail behind his back, saying he's being a drama queen. Mean. And then, this was when Mitch did his fake crying to Rail.
With the pillow.
Yeah. Now, in Big Brother Fake Crying Hall of Fame, where are you putting Mitch? Are we talking Steve Moses?
Well, personally, my favourite Big Brother cry is where, I call it like the toddler cry.
Yeah.
Where you put your hands over your eyes and then you're not crying, but you just sound like you are.
Yeah.
And then you just occasionally pull away one hand just to see if people are looking to see if you're crying.
I can think of a good fake BB crier.
Oh, who?
And not one tear was shed.
Who was that?
Showbiz. Mitch's fake crying was quite good, I thought. He just hid behind that pillow, and then as soon as Raoul got up, Mitch was just like rolling his eyes at him. That was quite funny.
Yeah, so he is a fake ass.
But Raoul was like, do you know how much I love you? If you loved him that much, and if he was your best friend, you wouldn't have fucking put him up, so stop flapping your gums, mate.
Yeah, I couldn't quite work that out.
I know,
it was weird.
Stupid. But all that flim-flam section, I actually believed it.
It's so long. They do about half an hour of flim-flam.
And they didn't show, like, anything of Joel, so I actually started to believe that Mitch was going to stay. You believed... No, I was more anti it than you, but you actually believed it.
I thought Mitch was definitely going to stay.
Ah, you poor little fool.
Well.
I know what's going on. So Mitch said, don't worry, I've got a plan B.
Right.
Which was basically doing that speech where he, like, fucked everyone up the arse. So Joel's speech was, we're birthday twins, to Jared. What do you think of that as a speech?
Personally, I think it's piss poor. It's like saying, we both got freckles. Isn't it?
Do you know anyone who was born on your birthday?
No.
I do.
What, my birthday?
No, mine.
Who?
My friend Colin. And we're not similar at all. What? But we did used to go out and take drugs together back in the early 2000s, so you know, it wasn't all bad. But I don't like sharing my birthday with him. It's crap.
But I think it's different for... Oh, God. It's different for men and women.
Why?
Like, because your birthday is like, I don't know, it's just different.
Oh, our friends Adam and Sissy share a birthday and they're married. That's weird. Oh, God. I'd have a different birthday to you if we shared a birthday. I don't want to share my fucking birthday. You have to be the queen, like the queen, and have 2 birthdays.
Right, okay.
Anyway, that Joel's speech is beside the point because it's crap.
Yeah, it's useless. So, Joel's speech, I give 1 to 1.5 out of 10, and that's generous.
So, Mitch's speech...
And why was he dressed in that fucking bow tie?
And the red trousers.
Jesus,
and the purple polo shirt.
What the fuck is wrong with that dude?
So, Mitch's speech. Do you want me to do the whole thing, or should we run through it point by point?
Well, there's 2 sections to
the parallel universes.
Oh, right. There's one universe where people are polite to each other and they make reasonable statements in a coherent fashion. Tell me about that one.
That one don't exist.
No, the beginning of his speech was nice though.
Yeah, it was like, do you want to do it the hard way or the easy way? It was like that, wasn't it?
So he said, look, we can either work together.
Yeah, or I'm going to slit your throat. I think this was probably one of my favourite Big Brother speeches of all time. Admittedly, it didn't work. If you're going to go out, he went out in style. Do you know what it reminded me of? I've already told you, so you do know.
Chelsea.
When Chelsea threw them eggs all around. It was just like, if you're going to go out, you might as well fucking rattle their fucking cage dresses as much as you can. And it was just like, come on, here we go. I'll tell you some bits. He said, I will remove the cancer that you've become. I've seen behind closed doors how disgustingly manipulative you are, how fake you can be. Everyone in here needs a doctor to deal with your sickness. I can become your doctor to surgically remove your arse from the game. Whew.
Right. Well, yeah, but that's quite strong, but can you think of another move that he could have made? The only other move that was really available to him was to completely brown nose. What is that guy? Jared. Fuck.
Jemmett.
Yeah, just the brown nose Jared and go, oh, please save me, this, that and the other. That wouldn't have worked. Yeah. So he only had one choice. But the thing is, when you're pleading for your life to whoever's got the veto, you're supposed to address that person and say, oh, I'm... save me for this reason. What he did was address the entire house and say, do me a favour, keep me, and I'll deal with this bozo for you.
And when he was saying that speech, I was like, what the fuck did he do that for? And you were like, he was trying to rally the rest. Yeah. But it was such a risk because there's such a split kind of wishy-washy. It's like the cheesy middle that you're on about. Yeah. They're not smart enough to go with Mitch. And also Tim is Mitch's nemesis. So it was such a risk for Mitch, but I think it probably was worth the risk.
Definitely.
And it was good TV.
Very good TV. And I think it's the only choice that he had. Mm-hmm. And it was a reasonably close vote, wasn't it?
It was very close. And I felt like my heart sore for Mitch. I was like, finally, Mitch fucking get some balls and shows a personality, which Tim said he didn't have.
But speaking of Tim, Tim said something tonight that was very, very telling, I thought. And maybe some people, might have picked up on it. But he said, what did he say?
He said, I won Big Brother Australia by playing like Mitch, but with a personality.
Which is exactly right. It's exactly true, isn't it?
What a fantastic statement that was.
It's so true.
But suddenly Mitch had a personality and then he got evicted. Like, what the fuck? So Jared said, Mitch Muffin, you're stale now. And Mitch did like a little crying face. That was so good. I love that. It was so good. Yeah. Suddenly I was like, Mitch was like my favourite person in the house just as he went out. It was just, it was good. Anyway, this wasn't even when he went out. This was just a veto speech. Oh. So then Jared said, I was going to say you were both class acts, but Mitch, you're a twat. And then Phil was like, oh Jesus. Did you like everyone's faces when Mitch
went? The whole room was just crapping themselves. Even Nikki looked awkward.
Was this speech reminiscent of Dan Giesling's funeral?
Well, not technically, but yeah, the minute he started talking, you knew that he was going to say something, ridiculous. And It did remind me of that.
It had
Yeah.
shade.